would be good for this one. Sometimes.
Sometimes we cannot do that, so let's go ahead with this. Okay. For this recording, I would just like to say that we are trying to work with the life cycle of RPA process, and these are the phases that we have listed, and each and every phase, we are discussing each and every phase in this current video. Okay. With SLA, we are saying that okay, if there is a process, uh, we are agreeing that robot will be able to complete the process in a specific time, like 2 minutes. So manually it may take uh, 5 minutes, but as part of analysis, we are looking for 80% or a 70% reduction in the processing time. So what this meant is, if in our calculator problem, if we do it manually, if someone starts and works on it, they need to click each button once. So if they do that, it will take around, let's say that it will take around 10 minutes to complete one sheet. But with the help of RPA, we are saying that it will be completed within 2 minutes. Okay, so that's the understanding that we need to set for different process. So, how many of you are having issues with or are not able to understand with the discovery phase? Okay, so I hope that no one is having any issue or no one is having any.
Discovery phase comes is worked by the business analysts, right? Also,
Yes,
okay.
business analyst, and we will also have developer lead or team lead, project manager, or solution architect, because they will also check on the uh, compatibility of the tool with the application. If the tool is not compatible with the application, how can they automate? Right? So
Yeah.
Okay.
that's what we
Is
will
there
say.
a is there a POC kind of that can be provided in the discovery phase?
Exactly. So we are this calculator is a POC, and we are currently working on the POC. Okay. Okay. So let's go with the development phase. So if you go with development phase, there need to be something that should be done in between. So development phase will be actual coding. Uh, so converting requirements into code and writing all validations, exceptions, business rules uh, to code. This is the development phase. So if you ask me what something that's between the developmental phase and uh, discovery phase is the design phase of the solution. So one of the mistakes that I did in the initial days of my RPA career is when someone asks me what is the solution design that you have prepared, I would say that I created this solution in RE framework. Okay, but that's not what a design of a solution meant to be. When we are saying a design of a solution, like if we have an exception, how are we handling it? Are we sending an exception or uh, are we logging into any other application, or are we um, continuing or retrying for specific number of times, then throwing an exception. And how many times do we need to retry? When there is any particular exception. Okay, let's go ignore with the spelling mistakes, but yes. So and also when files or when applications should open, what should happen when there is application failure. Okay, how many business rule exceptions are um, not documented. So basically this is like a complete creation of period. So in the creation of period we will deal with everything, like each and every subsection will have all these documents, like who will be
Like what's the
the
time period, the budget also it will cover, I guess, right?
I don't think about the budget, who will be the owners,
Okay.
point of contacts. So everything we can consider in the design, solution design, because everything will be as a part of solution. Okay. Uh, Next is the developmental phase we have completed, and the last one is deployment. We will create a runbook for the process to be deployed in a different environment. So what does this runbook contain? Uh, Assets, all the assets and their values. Okay, then how sh how should we deploy the process? Like uh, first create a queue, new queue, um, create all assets. Okay, then take shield NuGet package, upload it to orchestrator. If we are working with DevOps, then make a uh, pull request, get the latest code from main branch or master, uh, create a package using uh, DevOps pipeline. So what is DevOps pipeline? So they will take all the code files, and using some command line they will create the package. So before creating the package, they will check whether the code follows all the rules and restrictions. Is it having any memory leaks? Are we closing um, all the variables that we have created, is it correctly scoped? So all those things they can automatically be checked in DevOps, but they need to write a code, of course. Uh, but this is practiced only extensively in very big organizations. But if you are going to any some organization who newly started with this practice, they will not have any DevOps, so you can just ignore. You can just say that uh, uploading the code to orchestrator package. Okay, so this is uploading the package, upload to orchestrator, creating.
So do we need to have a
Good.
knowledge of CI/CD pipelines in
No need,
DevOps?
no need, because that will
Okay.
be done by CI/CD team. Developers are not involved in creating CI/CD pipelines.
Okay.
Process with packages created. Okay, and then what's the last thing? Deployment runbook and see what are what are the steps to be followed if there is an exception during deployment. Uh, what are the applications or processes that will be impacted in the impacted uh, if the development is if the deployment is failed. So all these things we will write in the run book. Okay, so this is all about run book. Everything will be in deployment phase, and then we will deploy it and make test runs. Deploy in different environment and make test runs. So this is about deployment phase. So hypercare phase is the first 15 to 20 days as agreed by businesses and dev team. So what will happen in this? Uh, we will closely monitor for any exceptions, failures, uh, check if bot is functioning as per the requirement. So we'll go with this. If we have issues in hypercare phase, then take the process. Someone is sharing the screen. No, I'm not sure what happened. Okay, requirement. Okay, if we have issues in the hypercare phase, then take uh, take the process back to dev state, dev phase. Continue with the cycle. Okay, in the execution phase, let the bot execute with inputs provided.
Rajan, you deleted previous line,
Sorry,
previous the six point third point, right? You deleted some data.
is it if we have issues in the hypercare phase? Okay, I think I there is an issue. Then take uh, take the phase, take process
Back to dev and
back to dev. and continue with cycle. Okay. So let the bot execute with the inputs provided, limited monitoring, and check with reports that will be generated daily or as per the requirement. Okay, so I I made a complete notes if you ask me. Okay, now the time is, let me just pull in the time. Okay, we completed 30 minutes of our time. How many of you understood the life cycle and what are your questions? Let's take it for 5 minutes. Then we will go with which stages did we cover and which stages do we need to cover more. Any questions, please?
Vajran, the SDD document where it fits in this life cycle. There is a SDD document where we have
Okay.
downloaded from training videos.
So solution design document. Oh, can you please mute yourself? Yeah. So there are two ways we create a solution design document. Solution design document can be a basic SDD uh, which covers basic flow of what is the process. And there is one more solution design document that we may need to update. That is while we are giving the handover. So this is one more phase that I would like to add. Handover to business or support. Here we'll give SDD. We'll mention like how did we add logics, where can we get files, what are the inputs, and we would say how did we actually design the process. Okay, so these the two types of SDDs I would say. It depends upon the company or organization again how they want it, and if they want to have solution design at the end, they will have the complete picture. And the solution design document is prepared by. Okay, the difference is solution design document here is prepared by developer. PDD is prepared by business analyst. Okay. If the team is very small, then developers and team leads sometimes get go ahead and create PDDs and SDDs altogether. Okay. Okay. I hope I answered your question, Shankar. Any other questions?
Thank One more, actually, in UiPath we have the GitHub and SVN, right? In the deployment phase, how that is to be done, the same way like the DevOps
So
for deployment.
SVN is also a repository or a maintainer of repository. How we use GitHub or TFS. So no need to worry about subverting. SVN is subversion. So it's one of the way how we maintain the code. That's all. But it doesn't make any difference by using GitHub or SVN. Okay, it's again the practice that's followed within the organization, nothing else. Okay.
Rajan, coming to the testing phase, right? Like how developers test, like any specific tools or expertise needed for
No,
that?
no, 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 no. For now, there are no specific Jenkins or JUnit testing in our solutions. All they do is they will check with the if the code is executing without any errors. But in the RPA, we have a testing folder. If you see, Just run the testing folder and okay, let's just pull in the testing folder. While it opens, any other questions? Let's go. Go ahead. This is the best time that you can ask the questions. I'm going very slow. From the next week, it will be like very fast, or I would say it will be at lightning speed.
Actually, there are the the words which is hypercare phase, that is a post deployment phase,
Okay.
post deployment verification phase, or we can say the warranty period.
So warranty
This
period, we can say warranty period as the execution after, for example, see how when warranty will occur in a general term. When the process is deployed and we are saying that okay, it will run for the 1 hour, so it will run for next 1 year, you will not have any issues. And if you have issues, we'll update that. But hypercare phase is different. Hypercare phase will be monitored by the developer to make sure businesses will not land up throwing any bugs. Okay.
the runbook, are we going to like mention the backout code backout? Is there anything that is in plan? Not exception, but something's going very badly. So any backout, code backout, something.
Yes, for example, when we are deploying, if the server failed altogether, then what should we do? Should we contact? Whom should we contact? Who are the point of contacts? Everything should be mentioned in the runbook.
Yeah, that is one done by developer, or it will be like
Both the
the
developer
DevOps
and
team.
the business team. Okay. See, there is a particular folder called tests, and if you see the tests, this is one of the way how we test the solution. And see, there is nothing in the test log for now. Project. So there is already a code written in tests. So this is the test workflow template. I will tell about this at the end. But yes, run all tests is what we will do. We will go ahead and run all the tests that are available. So let's run the file. It will be available in each and every RE framework code. It will be available in your code as well. Just go ahead and check it. So the bot execute. Okay. If you see our framework, init all settings works properly. Application loaded. So see here, this is the test log. What this test log will have. This test log will just check whether init all applications is working fine or not. So this is passed, this is passed. The failed one, close all applications. So close all applications is not working. It's throwing a system exception. Um, because the calculator did not close properly. Pass is this particular init all settings. Did we load all the settings or not? So all these things, this will be done again by the testers. You asked me how you will test the code. Maybe in RPA we will have a separate team that can test this code. That's how we can test it. But for now, there is no need for you to learn only this, and even in the interviews they will rarely ask, and most of them don't know that there is a test folder and how to do with the test or work with the test folder.
Bajrang, Ullas here.
Yeah, Ullas, tell me.
After deployment phase, who will be responsible for running the bot? It will be the customer side, or the support team will run the bot?
If the bot is unattended, it will be triggered automatically depending upon the triggers and timeline. And if it is manually triggered, then who we will decide on while we are creating the PDD, who should be the person who should execute it. Should it be uh, a business user for whom we are creating, and he should trigger the bot manually by uploading a file, and or should it be someone else? Like for example, if we need to just trigger it, there need not be a support person because we have an orchestrator, and in the orchestrator we can trigger it manually, or we can trigger it with the time, or with the queue as well. So I don't see that we need to trigger it, or there should be some person who need to do it if that is an unattended mode. But if it is attended mode, then business user is the one who triggers the bot normally. Other questions, please go ahead. Next 2 minutes. Okay, so now with our calculator process or the first RE framework process, um, discovery phase is something that I have already done, and I thought that this can be automated. And did we create a solution design document or PDD? Sorry, did we create a PDD?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Did we work with the development part?
Yep.
So the testing part, did we run the code to make sure that the code is working or not, individually at least?
Yes.
Yes, unit testing.
Yes. Now the next phase is UAT testing, user acceptance testing. Okay. This is very interesting concept, I would say. So what happens with this UAT phase is everyone need to create a package. In this, there will be an option to publish. Okay. So you need to have go into publish options. Normally it will land up in orchestrator, but what we will do is we will publish it in custom folder. This particular folder will be again your just a
Arjun,
yeah.
Arjun, I think Shankar has some issue. He's sending a message on chat.
Let me just check that. GitHub desktop. What is he sending now? Could you uh, please could me present more since join now through Teams mic disabled. Shankar, your mic is disabled. I can understand that, but I think should I make you a presenter? Why should I make you a presenter? Okay, make an attendee. I can make only an attendee for you, but can you just unmute? Try to unmute now and talk. Shankar, I think you can unmute and talk. Uh, Shankar, just try to connect from a different device because everyone are able to work or they are able to talk. Just try to connect with a different device. Okay. Let's go back. So let's just go with the repository and then open show in Explorer. So in my project, I'll create one more folder called packages. So you too must do this, and if possible do it now in your machines. Okay, all I need is this particular folder should be updated here. Okay, and I will create this package or this code in this package. Okay, so when I give it to someone, I will not give the complete code. I will give you only this package. Okay, what I would do is I will commit the code. First package. Okay, commit to main. Everyone can just go ahead and make a fetch upstream so that they can get all the files that I have created. Okay, so what we need to do is uh, UAT. Okay, now who can be my UAT? Let me go with who is connected with orchestrator?
I am
Oh,
Rakesh Roy.
okay, Rakesh. So Rakesh, can you please share your screen and pull the upstream?
One sec.
Make it fast, please. We have only 10 minutes to complete. You need to first make a pull upstream request and then make a pull request in GitHub desktop.
Yeah, I did fetch test upstream.
Okay, go to GitHub. No, go to GitHub desktop. Okay, and then pull in the changes. I think you may need to commit. Someone is telling
Um,
something.
how he is pulling this record?
I got the file folder.
So, who's asking this question?
It's Preeti.
So, Preeti, how he's pulling this records in the sense, what is your exact question?
I see the screen, but I miss something.
Okay. See, the packages, I committed the packages, right, in my
Mm-hmm.
main.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone, each and every one of you have forked my code. Okay. So I am the master who maintain the repository, and every one of you can be a developer who maintain your own code base. But whenever you complete the code, you will make a pull request to me stating that okay, these are the changes, and please accept them as the moderator. Okay, since I have already created it, I did not make a pull request because my code or my main branch is the master. Okay, so when Rakesh is making an upstream call, so upstream will be my repo and Rakesh will be the downstream. So when he's asking fetch upstream or making a request for fetch upstream, every update or every detail that's committed by me will be fetched into their repos. To
Okay.
make it more clear, so Rakesh, just a second, let Preeti share her screen.
Okay.
Preeti, go ahead and share your screen.
Hi, Ajay. Sitting here.
Are you able to see?
Yes, I guess yes. Go to GitHub.
Okay.
See, there is fetch upstream option. Yes.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay. Now go to GitHub desktop.
I don't have desktop GitHub. I just have this.
But how are you pulling in or cloning the code to your local?
I'm doing this like upload files.
Okay. So this is not the correct way how you do that. You need
Okay.
to use a different application. Either you need to use. Give me the request, please. So
Yeah.
Preeti, I think on the first day or second day, we worked on this. Use GitHub desktop.
Yep.
Okay, and let's see. Um,
Vajang, on the drop down, right, to download the code over there, it will give option to download this.
oh, is it?
Get to get this GitHub desktop बोल के it will just
Okay,
Download.
on GitHub desktop, download Windows. Thank you so much. So this is getting downloaded, and you can use this, Preeti. Okay, let it download, and okay, I think it's faster for you. Let's see.
But I don't see my folder in whatever I
Start.
have put
And
Niranjan.
Niranjan, did you make a pull request? Niranjan, did you make a pull request?
Yeah, I did.
What is the pull request ID?
Let me check.
Just check with the pull request ID, because I didn't see a pull request ID. And moreover, see, someone is opening my project files and opening them in their locals, so the JSON files are updating. Just make sure you did not commit those JSON files. Okay, sign into GitHub.
Okay.
Okay, so Preeti, we are actually wasting time, so go ahead and see the video. But
Yeah.
this will be easier part. This is the easier part. Okay,
Yeah, I'll do this.
okay. Rakesh, please go ahead and share the screen. Let's continue.
Can you please give me control?
yeah Arjun.
I've given the control back to you, Rakesh.
Yeah. Like,
Okay, so Rakesh, could you please make the screen bigger, or let me just remove the chat. Okay. So now what Rakesh is doing is he's making a commit the changes, Rakesh, and okay. Do you have my package in your machine?
Yes.
Okay. So now Rakesh will be from the UAT team. What Rakesh will do is he will go into our orchestrator. Rakesh, could you please go to the orchestrator? Okay.
okay.
Open. Can you please maximize the screen? Click on tenant on the left. Okay, there we can, if you see, there are packages on the next to machines, right side. Okay, this is package. My code is a package. Okay, upload, upload my package. So now Rakesh will not have my actual code. There will be only a package that's given, that's secure enough. Though I
Shall I
can,
go ahead?
yes, go ahead. Okay, so I would like to see. That's great. Upload. Okay, close. So my process is updated here. So what Rakesh will do is he need to start this process to check. For that, what we need to do, go to my workspace. So this is where you have your robot, right?
Yes.
Okay, go to automations. Okay, now add a process. Add
I think they
process.
should
Add a process.
add process automatically actually.
No, it will not. It will create a package, then we need to create a process. So the difference between package and process is, see, package is like I have a code, but process will be like where should I run the code. Okay, so check for week one.
Not seeing it in the drop down.
Uh, I think that will be there in the default folder. I guess check with the default folder if you try, if you can. Yep, add a process. Check. We go in
Mm-hmm.
calculator. Okay, now this particular package we are trying to work, and the environment is dev environment, and the entry point is process.xml. See, if you remember, I changed the process, but I can also add it to main. Click on keep it for main. Okay, now continue. Okay, display name. Write it as Vajrang calculator process. Okay, and then create. So now he created the process. He can just click on the play button and then the process will run in his machine. Click on the play button. So he's trying to check with the robot. Do we have robot available here?
Actually, some issue with this robot configuration. That's why I could.
Okay. Uh, so what we can do is, okay, allocate dynamically. But can you just go back to default folder? New page. Go to robots. Robots on the top. Billy Boy disconnected, unattended mode. Okay, got it. Go to your robot.
Is it?
Give me the access once. Okay, I will take a separate class on how to add robot to orchestrator, but just observe the UAT phase. Okay, so this is the robot.
Actually, from my default workspace, it will work, Arjun.
Okay, if you can work in the default workspace, what I would suggest is go to orchestrator in the default workspace. Well, let's go into automations, and since the package is, let's check with the packages.
Shall I put it in my packages and upload?
Yes, let's see. I will try to upload it. Upload. Packages are uploaded. Let's go to process and
No,
add.
process will be created automatically here. Actually, you see the process is already there
Oh,
in
is
this
it?
version of UiPath, right? They did this change actually.
That's great. So let's hit on this start job and execution target. Okay, one time argument. I don't have anything. So job priority is normal. Let's start this. Couldn't find a user with unattended robot with the current folder. What
Can
I
you
can,
try with assistant?
yes.
Yeah.
So there should be an assistant. So let's see. Week 1 calculator. Now this is executing. Now Rakesh don't know what's the code that I have written. All he's doing is he's trying to execute and see whether that particular process is running or not. He already have some requirements document stating that okay, give these inputs and this is what you will get as an output. Okay, there is this particular job failed, but okay, it's still in execution mode. Okay, this failed, and let's go into my workspace and jobs. Week 1 calculator faulted. So now, is UAT success or UAT is a failure?
Failure.
Okay, now which stage do we need to go back to?
Development.
It's not development specifically. So what Rakesh can do is, Rakesh, why don't you go ahead and create a bug for me?
Okay.
Go to GitHub.
Desktop or the
GitHub in the browser. Okay. Go to my code or in my code because that's the code that you have taken, right? Go to my code, my folder.
yeah, this is your
This is the one. You need to go into this and then
This is a main package, master
correct,
package, right?
correct, master
Okay.
package, because you have taken the values from there, right? Okay. In the discussions or in the issues, you can go ahead and create a new issue. Just write that UAT failed. Okay, and then you can assign it to someone. On the right side, there is assigning. Can you assign it to me? Okay,
It doesn't, I
allow
think.
you. Okay, just create leave a comment. Just add leave a comment. So there should be moderators who should assign, who must assign this. But if you just write, okay, so if you just create submit new issue, then what I'll do is, uh, see, this is the communication how it will happen. So, Rakesh, I gave you a reply.
Yes, got it.
Okay, if you just say that, just give me that UAT is failed, I will not accept it. Why should I accept it?
Yeah, that's true. The details should be specific.
Okay, so I will assign it to proxy, and then the label will be bug. Okay, let me just share my screen back. Okay, so
Okay.
now you have seen what Rakesh's screen is. Now you also see what my screen will be. Okay, so this is what I have in this. So I will now, Rakesh don't have the access to assign this. He will, though he will have it in his machine. I will send it back to Roy, and this is a bug. Okay, so though it's a bug, I would say like what type of bug is it? And the projects, I will create my own project later, but repository and user I will check later. So linked pull request. So if there is any pull request that I need to use, that I can use. So all these we will get to know once we continue with execution. But yes, all I did right now is I reverted back this to SN's proxy or Roy. Okay. So Roy, what will you do? Roy, please share your screen and tell me what will you do.
Yeah, sharing.
Okay, others can also just join.
I think I ran one unattended robot which I created along, but like this guy is running fine. So I think orchestrator has no issues connecting to this.
Mhm. So what you need to provide is you need to say how did you start the process, and you also need to provide a screenshot of the exception that's thrown and the logs.
Okay.
So as a developer, I don't have access for Rakesh resources. Okay, view logs. There are no logs that are available. So you can take the screenshot and say that okay, there are no logs that's available. You can just drag and drop.
Okay.
Okay, and you need to assign the ticket back to me or issue
Yes.
back to me. Assign it back to me on the top. Assign it.
How do I change the assignment?
Okay, you don't have access. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, now Rakesh have also posted this, so I will check from my end on why this is failed and I will revert back. So this is the UAT testing phase, I would say. Okay, how many of you did understand how the testing and UAT will happen? Go ahead and please unmute and talk.
Bajrang, I think once we start doing, then we'll better understand.
Exactly. Now, since Rakesh have already said that we need to do it, let me just pull in the members and I will share my screen basically. Just a second. Let's take 5 more minutes and then we'll close this section. Okay. So this is our program notes. Sorry, lost the connection from my end, but I'm back. Okay. So this is week 1 practice test life cycle. So in this steps, um, we will add UAT teams. Okay. So just give me the names. So the Preeti, Uma, Rakesh Roy, Rakesh Kumar, Niranjan, Ullas, then who else? Sujata,
Karthik,
Karthik,
Sachin.
Sachin,
Dhruvesh.
Dhruvesh. Okay,
Manju.
Manju. Manju, you're too silent, I guess. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So Manju will be a test.
Maya.
Oh, Maya, right. Shankar, great Shankar. At least you're finding a way. So, Rakesh Kumar code will be tested by Manju. Niranjan code will be tested by Karthik. Sachin code will be tested by Uma. And Dhruvesh code will be tested by Preeti. Shankar code will be tested by Sudha. And Maya code will be tested by Sujata. And Ullas code will be tested by Rakesh. Okay. Now Sudha need to create a package and Shankar need to execute it. Preeti need to create a package and Dhruvesh need to execute it. Uma need to create a package, Sachin need to execute it, and vice versa. So Sachin also will create a package and give it to Uma uh, with his code, and Uma need to execute it. Okay, so this should be done. Maybe you can connect offline and connect in the teams, but this should be done by tomorrow. And I need to see all the issues in their own, or what I can say is, okay. Here you will have one more option, I guess. Um, Let me just see if there is an option, something like that. So issues, new issue. So let's say that there is an issue with the Ullas code. Olla's UAT failed. So I would add Ullas. Okay. Check with code failure details. So can others also see that they can add these at the rate and the usernames? Can you just go ahead and see?
Yes, Bajrang, it's working. I just tagged you.
Not me, anyone else, please.
I see other names as well.
If you just add at the rate,
It's the Maya Jain Dhruvesh. I only see 4 or 5 names.
yes. So you just need to type in, I guess. Um, Preeti, Karthik, and Preeti, right? So Preeti, you just need to.
Kushal.
Uh, sorry,
No,
Kushal.
just checking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will have names. So just see if you don't get the names, ask them directly what is the username that they are using, and tag them in the issues. What I would do is I will assign them to the tags and create them as bugs. Okay. So create it inside my issue folders, issue tracker. Okay. Did you understand what you need to do?
Vajrang, can you
Yes,
repeat?
Bajrang, can you repeat it one more?
I didn't get actually what.
Okay. So Sudha need to create a NuGet package. I have shown you how to create a NuGet package, right? Using publish, and
Yes.
she need to commit the code, and that code need to be taken by Shankar, and Shankar need to run in his machine. Okay. So if Shankar is able to execute it, then the UAT is success. If Shankar failed to execute it, then UAT is failed for Sudha's code. The same way, Shankar also must create a package and Sudha should be able to run in her machine. Okay, and this activity should be done by everyone in the teams. Am I clear now?
Yes.
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 Okay, so each and everyone will work as a UAT tester and they also work as a developer because they need to develop their code and they need to give it for testing and they need to take others' code and they need to make the tests run. Okay, and at the end you need to, if there is whatever it is, if there is an issue, make an issue and say that there is a new issue and tag them and just say that there is an issue and it's failed. Okay.
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 So you can utilize Teams to communicate with each other. Just go ahead and make sure that you use them. And if you want, you can see what the Teams directly from Teams, RPA developer, program notes, post files, program notes, and inside this there is lifecycle, UAT Teams. What I would do is I will make it easier for you. Chat. So these are the teams, okay? Just go ahead and communicate offline and then get me the results, please. Okay, let me stop the